Thank you for joining the collective. Today we have a reformer class. The only thing you need for this class is your reformer and your sitting box. We're going to get started with footwork. So put all of your springs on, headrest can be lifted, and meet me onto your back. Footwork springs is all, or if you'd like a lighter load, you can take off the blue or the yellow. Rolling your shoulder blades down your back in towards your spine. We're going to start Pilates V on your heels. So heels are on the bar, toes are apart. Press through the heels, send the carriage all the way out, squeezing the inner thighs together, and then resist as you come back in. Pressing out. Resisting. No free ride home. I really want you to actively resist as you press into the foot bar. Now let's link to your breath. You're going to inhale to lengthen. Exhale as you come back home. Inhale to take it out. Exhale, feel the core contract. Working in that full range of motion, all the way out, all the way in. Now we're going to go into the bottom half, bringing the carriage all the way home, pressing up to halfway. All the way home, up to halfway. Down, holding it at half, trying to keep the hip bones as still as possible. Tailbone stays heavy on the mat for 3, 2, last one. Back to that full range of motion, all the way out. Resist as you come back in. Find that breath again. Inhale to lengthen out. Exhale as you come home. Really thinking about squeezing the inner thighs together, pulling everything towards the midline. Out and in. Now we're going to go back to that bottom half, tapping the carriage home, pressing to halfway. All the way home, lifting to halfway. Here I really see booties lift off the mat as we do this. Keep the tailbone planted, pressing through those heels. For 3, 2, 1. Press all the way out. And come all the way home. Nice job. Opening our legs to hip distance on the arches. Pressing all the way out. Resist as you come home. Knees are tracking straight up towards the ceiling. Coming in directly over the toes. Inhale to lengthen out. Exhale to come in. You really let the heels just hang under. Finding that breath. On your next one, bring the carriage to halfway. Now we're going to press up 6 inches, down 6 inches. Up and down, right in the center of the carriage. Keep those knees pointed directly towards the ceiling. Lift. Lift. 4, 3, 2, last one. Back to that full range of motion. All the way out. All the way in. Nice job. Even working both the feet. We're going to come back to halfway to do those 6 inches one last time. Coming to halfway. Up 6, down 6. Up, down. Lift. Tailbone stays heavy. Press for 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way out. Woo! Come all the way in. We're going to finish footwork. Toes wide in the corner. And then lift those heels like you're wearing high heels. Knees and toes tracking out. All the way out. All the way in. Keeping the heels high. Finding that stability in the ankles. And still pressing evenly on both the legs. All the way out, all the way in. Now we're going to go into the top half. We press the carriage all the way out, halfway in. All the way out, halfway in. Lift those heels a little higher. all the way out in half. Out in half. For 3, 2, 1. Back to that full range. All the way home, all the way out. All the way in. Find that breath. On that exhale, think about the core tightening like you're wearing a corset. Everything wraps together. Inhale, we lengthen, thinking about literally lengthening our spine, reaching through the crown of our head in one direction, our tailbone in the other direction. Back to that top half. Halfway in, all the way out. Half to the top. Making sure the knees are going out over the toes. 3, 2, 1. Press all the way out very carefully. Walk your toes towards the center of the foot bar. Let the heels drop under for a stretch. Nice job. When you're ready, lift the heels, bring the carriage all the way home. We're going to come into our roll up here to get up. Fingertips to the ceiling. Inhale to prepare yourself. Exhale. Rolling all the way up. Now let's get that box. Box is going to be on for most of the class, and we're going to start with short box. I'm going to keep all my springs on. Put it on short box. And then I'm going to lower my headrest to a flat headrest if yours was up. And we're going to go into a short box series. So come sit on the box facing the mirror. And then you're going to hook your feet under your safety strap. So we want our legs to be as straight as possible. So if you have to scoot back just a little bit. And then we want tension on our safety strap. You can do that by lifting the legs and keeping them elevated. That would be more challenging. Or we take them wide to get tension on our strap that way. So I'm going to open my legs wide. I have tension on my strap, flexing my feet to keep that strap hooked on nice and tight. Sitting up as tall as you can, we're going to start with round back. So that's when we create a capital C with our spine. Reaching the arms out in front of us, plugging the shoulder blades down our back. Start with the tailbone. Tuck the tailbone under, scoop the core, rounding down, hold it. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, rounding back to the top. Tuck, scoop, round, round, round. 3, 2, 1. Trying to keep the chest open. So the rounding isn't from the shoulder blades, it's from the spine. Our spine is rounding forward. Exhale up. Now, if you want to add on, we're going to add the extension of the arms. You're going to tuck the pelvis, scoop and round. Lift the arms, lower the arms. Exhale, take it all the way up. Otherwise, you just stay with that 3 count hold here. Lift, lower, exhale, lifting tall. Tuck, scoop, rounding through the spine. On your next one, we're going to hold it down. You can either just hold or the arms are going to lift and lower. Up and down. For 3, 2, feeling the shakes. Last one. Exhale all the way to the top. Shake it out. Nice job. All right, from here, we're going to go into flat back, keeping the back nice and flat. It's going to be a hinge from the hips, and we're going to bring our arms to prayer. So pressing the palms together, feeling that resistance that you're creating, and then keeping the legs straight. We're going to hinge back. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lifting through the top. I want you to think about growing tall through the crown of your head as you hinge back. Exhale, lift to the top. Hinge. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lift. Now, option to add on, we're going to add rotation. Hinging back. We're going to rotate to the side, come back to center, lift up. We're going to stay in the same direction. Hinge, rotate, center, and up. Now I want you to try to keep your knees as still as possible. It's really hard for me not to shift my knees. Keep the knees still. A lot of the times we rotate the hips as we rotate, causing the knees to move. And I want you to try to stabilize the hips and only rotate from the top half. Last one. Now we're going to rotate to the other side. Hinging back. Rotate, center, and up. Hinge, side, center, and up. Don't lose that length in your spine. Nice and tall. Hinge, rotate, center, and up. Nice. One more. Keep those knees still. All right, last one. You can take it into that hinge and hold, or we're going to rotate side, center, side, center. Grow tall through the crown of the head. Keep that flat back. Rotating. One more full set each side. Center. Exhale all the way up. Nice job. Put your feet on the carriage, and then I want you to round forward, stretching out that low back. I like to open my legs wide so I can really stretch out that low back here. All right, while you're down here, let's change our spring. One red spring, and then we're going to reach for our long loops. So reach behind, grab those long loops. We're on one red spring. If you want more tension, hold the short loops instead. Okay, short loops will make it feel a little heavier. Long loops make it a little lighter. From here, we're going to do tiny hinge forward. Bring your palms in front of the shoulders. We're going to press up and away, and then bend it back in. Pressing up and away, bending in. If this is feeling too light for you, switch to those short loops. Reaching tall. I'm keeping that hinge forward so there's no chance of me falling back. 3, 2. On your next one, hold the arms straight. Now we're going to create a circle. I'm going to keep my hands in my peripheral vision as I lower my arms down to the side in front of my box and then back to the top. Pressing into my straps, lowering down, my hands stay in front of my box and up. I don't want your hands going behind your body. Lift and lower. Lift. Use that breath to help you. Now we're going to put it all together. Lift to the top. Bend the arms back in towards the shoulders. Press out long. Circle down. Circle up. Bending back into reset. Pressing out. Circling down. Keep the arms in front of the body. Circling up. Bending in. Pressing out. How are we feeling? Circle down. Press into your straps here. Press as you lift. 2 more times. Reaching long. Lowering down. Lifting up. Bending in. Last one. Taking it out. To the side. Back up to the top. Bend it in. Nice job. Reset for just a second. We're going to finish off with some serving. So palms are going to face up, elbows hugging by your side. We're going to reach the arms out to shoulder height and then bend it back in. Trying to turn on our biceps now. Reaching long. Resist, resist, resist. Make sure you're actively resisting. As you bend those elbows back in, it is not a free ride. Inhale to lengthen out. Exhale. Resist, resist, resist. We have 4 more. Try to pull the shoulders away from the ears. Last one. Resist all the way in. Good job. Carriage comes home. Hook up those straps. We are going to go into a plank series here. Gotta turn my air on real fast because I'm sweating. All right, we're gonna go into a plank series. We're gonna stay on one red. I'm gonna move my pad out of the way, and we're gonna kneel facing our box. We're gonna layer and build. You're welcome to just start in your full plank if you know that's where you're at. Otherwise, we're gonna put our forearms entirely on the box so there's no chance of our elbows slipping off. Fully on. I'm going to keep the left knee down, press out with the right leg. I'm going to start with knee hovers. Hover the knee off, set it down. Hover the knee off, set it down. If you're ready to add on, hover the knee, find your plank, bring it back in and down. Hover, plank, center, and down. You have the option, just stick with these hovers. Next one, option, stay with the knee down. You're going to bend all the way in, press out, lift, lower. All the way in, press out, lift, lower. Or you find that plank. Come all the way in, press out, hold. All the way in, press out, hold. Nice job. All the way in. Press out, hold. 2 more. Last one. We're going to hold this one out. Hold it here. Shift the box out and in. Out, in. You got it. Belly button to spine. For 3, 2, last one. All the way home. Nice job. Knees find the carriage. I want you to reach behind you towards the foot bar. Open that chest up. Looking up towards the ceiling. Stretching out those chest muscles. All right, you ready for the other side? Same setup. Forearms come to the mat. This time my right knee is going to stay down. And I'm going to press out, lift, and lower. Lift and lower. Option, we add that plank. You're going to find your plank, bend it in, lower down. Lift, find your plank, bend it in, lower down. Pressing through those forearms. Make sure our shoulder blades are not winging. Now we're going to add on. We're going to bend it in. Press it out, lift, lower. Bend it in, press out, lift, lower. Option, we find that full plank. Plank. Bend it in, press it out, hold. Bend it in, press it out, hold. You got it. Use that breath to help you. Squeeze those glutes, pull the core in. 2 more. All right, next one, we hold it out. Hold it here. Shift that carriage out and in, out and in. 6, 3, 2, 1. All the way home. Woo! That was not easy. Good job. Find that foot bar again. Open the chest. Looking up towards the ceiling. Really stretching all these chest muscles. Great job. All right. Carefully step off to the side. We're going to do 1 red spring. And turn your box. We're already on 1 red. So keep your red. Turn your box. Long box. Right up against your shoulder blocks here. And then we're going to take the long loop and we're going to step into that long loop with the outside leg. So my right leg is going to come into the long loop and I'm going to pull it up right above my knee. And then I'm going to take a step back. If you find you want more tension, you're going to continue to move back. If you want less tension, you're going to move forward. All right. We're going to bend both of the knees so we get nice and low. Now shift your weight into the leg that does not have the strap. And then I like to use my fingers on my box for balance. So I'm hinged forward, both my knees are bent. Take that right leg, the leg with the strap, up to a 90 degree. We're gonna kick it back, resist back in. Kicking it back, resist, resist, resist. So all our weight is in that standing foot. We're hinged forward from the hips. Spine is nice and long. Make sure we're not rounding through the low back or the upper back. Everything is flat. I'm using that box just for a little bit of balance. I'm not putting any weight into my hand. It's just there so I can feel a little bit more controlled. Last one. Hold the carriage still. We have tension on the strap. We're going to go into a little hydrant. Lift to the side and lower. Out and in. It's not a big range of motion here. I'm keeping tension on my strap, trying to move my carriage as little as possible. 3, 2, now we combo. We're going to do 1 kick back, keep everything still, 1 hydrant. 1 kick back, stabilize, hydrant. Don't forget to keep a bend in that standing knee. We do not want it to lock out, and I want you to make sure you have that hinge forward. Two more full sets. You got it. Last full set. Woo! Nice job. You should feel that in that standing leg, that supporting leg. All right, we're going to take that strap off, and now we're going to sit on our box facing the black wall. And we're going to take both of our long loops. You're going to scoot all the way forward so you can lay onto your back. Let's layer on here. So option, feet would stay down, head, neck, shoulders are lifted, and we're going to go for an overhead press to the ceiling. Bend it back in. Press and bend. Next option, one leg would come to tabletop, and then I would switch. Reach, switch. Final option, both legs are at tabletop. I'm going to reach out and in. Now add extension of the legs if you want to. Legs reach out, everything pulls in. Reaching long and in. 2 more. Last one. Nice job. Rock all the way up. Hook up that right strap. And then stand on the opposite side, and we're going to do that standing kickback series here. So my left leg, outside leg, steps into the long loop, and I'm going to put it right above my knee. I'm going to take 1 step back so I have tension on my spring. Remember, if you want more tension, you move back. Less tension, you move forward. Bend both of the knees to get low. I'm going to use my box for balance. Shift your weight into the inside foot. Lift the strap leg to a 90 degree. Kick back. Resist, resist, resist. We're hinged forward. We have a long line from the top of our head through our tailbone. Do not round the lower back. Do not round the upper back. It's a nice flat back here. I want you to resist, resist, resist. No free rides. Pressing back, resisting in. Last 2. Make sure that standing leg has a bend. Now keep tension on the spring. We're going to not move the carriage. We're going to lift to the side and in. I want the carriage to move minimally. Out and in. All the weight is in that standing leg. It doesn't have to be huge. We're working on that stabilization. Everything is nice and still. 2. All right, we combo here. 1 kick back and hold. 1 hydrant. Kick back, hold. Hydrant. Open the chest. Stick that booty back behind you. Pull the core in. You got it. 4 more sets here. Stay with me. Final 2. Last one. Woo! Step all the way in. Carefully take that strap off. Hook it up. Now let's change our spring, 1 blue spring. So 1 blue, we're going to go into a version of breaststroke. So to get into that, we're going to be prone on our stomachs. I want you to take both of your straps into your hands. They are over the well, so there's no strap behind my body. I'm standing on the outside, hands are on the inside. We're going to lunge forward, reach with our hands, hold on to the corners of our box, and then from here, come onto your stomachs. Your chest is off the front edge. Legs can be long like this or lifted into a frog position. So my knees are wide, my heels are connected. The back of my neck is going to be nice and long. Tuck the pelvis under, squeeze the glutes. And then we are going to start with some overhead presses. You're going to press out and resist back in. Oh no, my microphone got hooked. So sorry. All right, here we go. Pressing out, bending back in. If you need more support, move your chest on the box. Now we're going to go into a circular motion. Make sure you're creating space in the low back. You're going to reach out, circle around, bend it back in. Reach out, circle around, bend in. Option, we add extension of the spine, lifting the chest. You're going to take it out. Lift the chest as you come around and in. Reach out long. Lift the chest around and in. 1 more. Reaching out long. Around and in. Nice job. Hold on to the corners. Relax the legs. Relax the chest for a second. We're going to do 1 final set, but we're going to reverse the order of that. The direction, I should say. So let's get ourselves set up. Heels are connected, knees are wide, tucking the pelvis under, squeezing the glutes. This time, our arms are going to go out to a T, reach in front of us, bend it in. Out to a T, reach in front, bend it in. Make sure the back of your neck has no wrinkles. It's nice and long. If you'd like to add extension, we're going to lift the chest as the arms come in, lower back down, out to the side, lift the chest, bend it back in. If this hurts low back, do not add that extra extension. 3 more. Final 1. All the way in. Nice job. Hold on to the corners of the box. We're going to come off how we got on. Keeping on to the corners, we take 1 leg off, then the other leg off, and then from here, carefully guide that carriage all the way home. Hook those straps up. Nice job. We are done with the box. So let's put that box back to the side. And then if you want your headrest up again, we're going to do a little abdominal series and then feet and straps. So we're going to go 1 red, 1 blue, and then lay onto your back. Rolling all the way down. Nice job. So 1 red, 1 blue. Reach for those short loops. Hands go straight up to the ceiling, wrists above the shoulders, legs are going to come to tabletop. Just the arms, pressing down, resist as you come back up. Pressing down, resist. Option, layer that crunch. Lifting head, neck, shoulders on the exhale. Inhale, lower back down. Really reaching through your fingertips, crunching up as high as you can by bringing the bottom of your rib cage to your hips. One more. Big exhale. Lower the head down. Press your palms to the mat. Keep them there. Just the toes. We're going to maintain the 90 degree. We're going to lower the toes towards the foot bar. Exhale, lift back up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. It does not need to be a big range of motion. I want the work to stay in the lower abdominals. If your low back starts to lift off the mat as you lower the toes, if you're arching because the toes are going too low, press the low back into the mat and do not lower the legs as far. Maybe it's just a 2-inch range of motion here. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. We want the work to stay in the abdominals. There is no point in going lower than what your body can do, okay? Hold the legs at tabletop. We're going to put it all together. Arms are going to lower. Crunch is optional. Hold it here. Lower the toes. Lift the toes. Float back down to the mat. Exhale, crunch and hold. Inhale, lower the toes. Exhale, lift them back up. Inhale, lower down to the mat. Exhale, crunch and hold. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, float down. Nice job. 3 more times. Exhale every time we use those abdominals. So that's on our crunch and that's on our lift. One more. Nice job. Feet to the foot bar. Rest for a second. I like to press out to stretch out those hip flexors. All right, one more set of abdominals here, and then we finish with feet and straps. So arms are going to go straight up to the ceiling. Legs are going to go up as well. Arms are going to draw a circle. You're going to lower down, float out to a T, back up. Lower down, out to a T, back up. Option, layer that crunch. You crunch up as the arms lower. Start to float down as your arms come to the side. Now, if you want to add the legs, legs are going to copy the arms. Everything lowers, opens, swoops to the top. Lower, open to the top. 3 more. Big exhale. Last one. Nice job. Feet find the foot bar. 1 foot at a time. Step into those long loops. Legs go straight up to the ceiling. Tailbone stays heavy on the mat. We're going to lower the legs down and exhale as we resist the springs back up. Lowering down and resisting back up. Keeping the hips still. On your next one, hold your legs down to a 45. Keep the feet narrow and parallel. Bend the knees into the chest. Press out to that 45. So notice my heels stay higher than my knees so they're not hitting the straps. In and out. Think about lengthening the spine as the knees bend in. Find length. One more. Now let's finish with our leg circles. Opening out, down and around, and in. Finding stability in the hips. Movement is from the hip socket. Staying within your body's range of motion. They do not have to be huge. And then take the circles the other way. Switch the direction. Resisting, resisting, resisting. It's not a free ride. Nice job. One more circle here. And then I want you to hug the knees all the way in towards the chest, letting that tailbone lift off the mat. Little rocks side to side, relieving tension in the low back. I want you to stay there. Close your eyes. We're going to do one final inhale through your nose. Big exhale through the mouth. Take a moment here to appreciate everything that your body did for you. Thank you so much for joining me on The Collective. Take the next few minutes to stretch it out, and I will see you next time.